Hey everyone, we are live, and I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. We have Drone Effects with Claude. I always ask too. We have, let's see, John Coopy. Hey John. We have Dangerous Criminals. Oh, I love Dangerous Criminals. Asgard Studios. Hugh, how you doing? Legwork. Legwork. We have Ari. Ari's in here. Hello, hello. And we have Artco Drone Solutions with us tonight. And of course, our very, very, very special Roger. And if Paul were here, I could do the thing that Paul does. Oh, he's so great. I could never do it justice. The mimic that felt like
Hi,
Andrew
everybody in
did.
the chat.
Huh?
I said, hi, everybody in the chat.
Yes, and we have Drone Shots also in here. And I'm going to go ahead and present our guy tonight. It's Artco. So he has graciously agreed to come on and let me interview him. So we're going to go ahead and what is Tuesday? Tuesday we're having Ari on. So guys know that. We have Philly Drones in the house. So guys, I so appreciate you being here. So let's start talking with Art. Art, you
You're the lady. Yeah. We're live. Awesome.
don't try to me. How you doing? Oh, Paul Murray, how you doing? If you hang out, maybe we can bring you on in here a little bit. But I know you're busy. Brent Nunley, how you doing? Hey, Art, talk to me a little bit about why you decided to do YouTube. Because I'm going to talk about life before YouTube in a bit.
Right.
But I want to talk, why did you decide to do this?
Well, if you don't know, for those of you out there, I was a stand-up comedian for 25 years, and I opened up a YouTube account back in 2009. And I mainly used it to put some of my comedy videos up there and some comedian friends of mine. And I posted some of their videos on there. And over the years, I've added a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some cooking stuff, some DIY guitar effects, pedals, repairs, fishing. And then about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I bought my first drone. And it wasn't until I discovered channels like Ken Heron's channel and Ready Set Drone was like one of the first channels I started following. And I wanted to learn more about flying a drone, and if I would have known more, I would have gotten a drone with GPS. But on the upside, not getting with GPS taught me to become a more proficient flyer. Do I think I'm getting some stray light from my window here. So
Don't you hate when it goes stray?
yeah.
And it's okay. You know, Art, you have a couple different channels. Your Drone Solutions, right, isn't your only channel.
That is correct. I have a fishing channel called Art's Place Fishing. That's fairly new. That's maybe not quite a year old. And what I did is I moved some of my fishing videos over onto that channel. And this year I'm going to do a lot more fishing videos on that channel. And I think now that I'm starting, Artco Drone Solutions, it's making me become a better editor. And I'm learning so much. I use Filmora for editing video. And from watching other people's videos, I get ideas on how to set up an intro, and then I have my main video, and then have a little teaser at the end, like "Thanks for watching. Please subscribe." And I'm just learning how to use end cards, which makes it look a lot more professional. And so, yeah, the great thing about YouTube is it's like a huge library. It's a virtual library. If you want to find out about anything, just go to YouTube and it's there. If like you want to learn how to cook Filipino food, go to YouTube, and I learned how to cook some Filipino food. I was in the Philippines a couple years ago, and so that got me interested into making some of the foods that they make over there. And one of my favorites is what's called tortang talang. And what it is, it's an Asian eggplant. And I don't know if you've seen those. They're not the purple fat ones that we see at the grocery store. They're the long, narrow uh,
Yes.
eggplants. And so, with the help of YouTube, I found a recipe. And basically, what it is it's an eggplant omelet.
Oh,
And you could put whatever you want on it. Uh, Mostly it's meatless, but I've seen people add ground beef to it. Uh, but it's mostly vegetables. But what I did is I added some mozzarella cheese and the egg and some chopped onions, and boy, it just turned out great.
I love eggplant. Now, I never had eggplant till I went to the Middle East. And a lot of the places I went were the thin ones too.
Right.
So yeah, I love them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, Mason is saying if it's not on YouTube, it's not invented yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Chris, hope you have remote pilots, Philly drone. Drone shots, of course, Canadian Drone Hub, Nature's Beauty. Rick Halber's in the house. Rick Halber, we have a RPAS in the house. We have John Coopy in the house. Aerial View. Steve, how are you doing? Oh, I just love Steve. And these are all, I'm sure, people that you know, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And of course, Paul's in the house in Blood
Right.
Club. And then we have Philly Drone Live. And Ari's so good because he's doing all my stuff for me, telling people, come on, get in. Oh, hey, Furball.
All right, Football Kim,
Right?
welcome to the show.
Back in a past life, someone told me that you were a comedian. I think it was you that told me. And
Right.
you did a lot of 25 years. So were you 25 years on the road?
No. It was off and on. I did it straight for 6 years, and then I got a day job, but I still kept doing shows. Whenever I get vacation time, I set it up to where I could do like a 3 day tour, come back and then work, and then do another one. But I traveled all over the country, mainly the Southeast and the Midwest. And one of my high points was I got to do a USO type show in Japan and South Korea.
Oh, nice.
That
Oh, nice.
was so awesome. Uh, so that was my first time in Asia, and it was in January, and my birthday happened to fall on this tour. And but we were all over Japan. We started off on the northern end of the main island of Honshu, and then we did military bases down around to the Tokyo area. And then we went down to Okinawa, which was nice because it's a lot warmer down there. It's subtropical. It's kind of like Florida there. And then we went from there to Korea, and we spent a few days there, and that was the end of the tour. But the downside is I caught a cold at the end of the tour, and so we're waiting at the airport. We waited 8 hours for a flight to LA. And we finally get on, and I go, oh, great. Now I could kind of relax and watch the movie. And so I'm taking it easy. And one of the comedians kind of nudges me and says, hey, Art, I want you to meet my friend Roger. And I said, hello, how are you? And we talked a little bit. And he went back to his seat, and I'm like, oh, wow, this guy looks really familiar. And I turned to the comic and I said, was that Roger Clinton? And it was the president's brother that shook hands and spoke. So that was cool. Another tour that I did, this is like early on in my career, I got a chance to work in Aruba for a whole month.
Ooh, Aruba. See, I've been
Oh,
there one time. It was only for a few hours. Hey,
I,
Jim.
I, I was there twice. The second time I was on vacation with my dad. But a friend of mine from Denver was living in Caracas, Venezuela, and that's like a half-hour flight. So I called her up and I said, "Hey, Janet, I'm here in Aruba, uh, and I have a day off on Wednesdays. Would it be all right to come over and visit?" And she said, "Sure." So, uh, and I didn't speak any Spanish at that time. She just kind of gave me the drill, and she said, do this, do that. I have a cab waiting for you to pick you up at the airport and bring you to the metro. And I met Janet at the metro, which is their subway system. And we took the subway into downtown Caracas.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I got to go to her father's office, and which is, right down the street from the legislative building. So we got to walk by there, and it's a big city. I think it's like 3 or 4 million people there, and
Wow.
it's in a valley, and you got high rises on the sides of the mountains surrounding downtown.
Oh, pretty, pretty.
Yeah.
So, what is the best place you've ever played?
Oh boy. Chicago and Detroit. I've had that. Atlanta was pretty good too. Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
I worked with a lot of comics that became big stars like Louis Anderson,
Hmm.
Ellen DeGeneres, Paula Poundstone, Carol Leifer. Sinbad was one of the first
Oh,
comics I met when I got in. It was like really early on. I was still doing open mic, and I hadn't started making money yet. So uh, he was a lot of fun to you know see, and he was nice enough to come up to me and start talking to me about my material. And he said, yeah, you got great stage presence. Just keep writing new material and keep doing as many open mics, and you'll get better, and then you'll start getting some paid work. And I go, cool. So did that. Mhm.
Right. That there's something to be said about paid work, Akko.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So everyone is telling me to have you tell us a joke.
All right,
I don't
I
want to
got
put you on the spot, but I have John Goopy going, do a quick sketch. I have who is it? Remote Pilot. I have Philly Drone. All these guys in here. Do you do sketches?
well, not really. A lot of my materials observational material,
Oh yeah.
from a different, being a little person and someone with a disability. So I have a different look on life, and I see humor in a lot of things. So here's a joke for you. The Girl Scouts has a counterpart called brownies, right?
Right.
And they started to let boys join. So they're called brownies with nuts.
Oh, jeez.
And I know Paul Murray would love that joke because he likes brownies.
Yeah, Paul's in this. See, now he's probably running to the store as we speak. Really, that sounds really tasty. Oh my God. Oh
Now,
my God.
well, Moses, he came down off the mountain, and one of his disciples asked him about the Ten Commandments, and he goes, "Well, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is I got him down to 10. The bad news is adultery stays."
So, Arco, talk to me about. You said you're a person with disability. I did not realize that.
Right.
Why I didn't know that? I just didn't know that. So, do you mind talking a little bit about
No,
that?
no, go ahead. I've spent pretty much all my life. People would ask me, "Do you have arthritis?" And go, "No, it's not arthritis. It's called arthrogryposis multiplex congenitia." And what that is, it's a birth defect where the tendons in my limbs didn't develop fully. So that's why my hands look like this, and it's why I have a hell of a time giving direction, especially at the grocery store when the condoms are on the top shelf. I have to ask some nice old lady, and I say, "Yeah, could you reach those for me?" No, no, not over there, over there. Yes, the Magnum size.
So we are rated PG today. I just want to let everyone know.
Okay. And that's about as blue as my act get. Well, no, I do get towards the edge, but I don't get explicit. Uh, I in my act, I might say the F word once, maybe twice. I try to keep that down because I see so many comics out there that throw around F bombs here, F bombs there. And I'm like, going, it loses its shock value
It
over
does. It does.
time, and it just to me it seems like a crutch for those comedians, and it's usually the ones that are starting out, or someone that's from an ethnic community, the black community or Italian community, uh, like that. So those of you in Philly, don't get mad at me. I'm not
I know.
saying that
I'm just
all of
looking
you
at
cuss.
John's name, going, Philly would never curse. No. I love Philly. I think that I've seen a lot of comics, and it's sometimes it's a little hard for me when I'm hearing a lot of cursing. but it
Right.
doesn't mean I've never cursed before. I can curse
No.
like a sailor if I want. Let's see. I always thought they made the name so long. Oh yeah. So Philly Jones said an important thing. He goes, why do they make these names so long?
Well, a lot of it is based on Latin. So don't ask me why, but way back, it's probably due to the Romans. You know, they all decide, you know, with the Hippocratic oath, hey, we gotta give these names some, you know, long flipping Latin names so
Because
people will remember them.
they make us feel sicker.
Yes.
If the name was just like, oh, I have a tummy ache, that's so much easier than, gastrointestinal distress.
There you go.
So,
Instead of saying fart, they say flatus or flatulent.
unless you're the grumpy vlogger, then you just say it. So, so this has been something that's been with you. It hasn't seemed to stop you.
No.
You know, I got to tell you, I really respect that. A lot of our guys in our streams have disabilities.
Right.
Nobody seems to let it stop them from anything. I'll have a broken fingernail, and I'm like, oh look.
Well, I was fortunate enough to have parents that didn't coddle me. If I fell down, they'd say, well, brush the dust off and get back out there. So they didn't shield me from this or that. And they just let me do my thing and see what happens, you know?
Right. I want to say, let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we'll go back to this.
Okay.
Enter Palace Mine. Hey, how you doing? Chris Mason's in Lakework, Philly Drone. Mike Roach. He says he has contagious Dronimus maximus. He does. I heard that. I heard he has that disease. In fact, a whole bunch of guys have that in this dream, right? And we got to keep the disabled occupied, even if it's just pronouncing their condition. Ari has his own things going on. Sleeping Bear, how are you doing? Choo choo. Night trains in the house. The barnyard chicken. How you doing, guys? And of course, we have the guy who never says a curse word. Philly Drone Life. Of course, Art knows that, right? Albert in the house. Mason's in the house.
Cool.
We got Nature's Beauty in the house. A whole bunch of people. And somewhere in here is Paul. Somewhere in here. I don't know where, but I know he's in here. Hey, Robert, how you doing? So you're growing up and you're disabled.
Right.
And your parents are acting like, we're just going to keep going, right?
Right.
You're just going to keep flowing through things. How were your school years?
Well, the first 5 years I went to a special ed school, and this is back in the 60s. And we moved to Michigan. My grandfather lived in Detroit, and he was going to retire, and my dad was going to take over his business. But we get out there, and there was a falling out, and my dad didn't get the business. Well, he got the business, but that's a whole nother story. And it was at the time when mainstreaming was just starting.
Right.
And it was a big adjustment for me to go to school with able-bodied kids. And I'd always wanted to do something like that, but it was a whole different thing, because now I have to deal with people who aren't disabled and they're making fun of me. So, and I had a hot temper back then. And you want me to type in,
oh yeah. Yeah, he sends me notes. Can you can you go ahead and type your name in? So if anyone doesn't have you, they can get you.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I was mainstreamed art. I was they told me I was retarded. That's the word they used at the time.
okay.
And
Yeah.
so they put me in special class with all the
Special.
special children. And you can get pretty people get pretty intense when they're
Oh,
little.
yeah.
When they come up against someone who might be a little bit different than them. And
Right.
basically mine was just from trauma and what do they call it? Dyslexia and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, you know how they do.
Yeah.
They
Hmm.
didn't know. They weren't really into that at that time. Or
No.
ADD or anything like that. They weren't
Yeah.
into that. So,
Uh-huh.
so that's what they told me I was. And so they put me in special class for a while.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Junior high was really tough for me because
Yeah.
that's at the time where kids are, they're getting hormonal and they're changing and and kids, that's where they become jerks. And they're learning all about social norms, what's appropriate, what's not, and kids think, well, I'm almost an adult, and I blah blah blah, and then they think it's okay to pick on someone who's short and who's on crutches, and uh, so that was like 2 years of hell for me. And then when I went to high school, the first year was a little better, but by my sophomore year, and that's when I got involved in sports. In junior high, I was a scorekeeper for the baseball team. So in high school, I was the equipment manager for the football, basketball, and baseball team. So I lettered in those three sports, and I let's see, I did baseball my sophomore year, and then I did football, basketball, and baseball my junior and senior year.
So, Art, did it change the way people looked at you when you were part of all these sports programs?
Well, I think it was at the time uh, things were changing and schools were saying, hey, let's let these kids be part of the school extracurricular uh, aspect, instead of just letting them go to school and, take their classes and go home. Let them become part of the school community.
Because you're a bright man,
Thank you.
you just have you have disabilities.
Right,
It's very different than yeah. I think that was part of the purpose behind trying to mainstream
right,
because they were treating everyone with a disability or with a learning disability or any of those things as
right,
quite different.
right. If you were to go back 100 years in the past, you wouldn't see disabled people out in
Oh,
public.
oh no,
If
we
you, if
applaud
you did, they were beggars. They would have their little coffee cup and begging for change. But it's a lot different out there now. So we've come a long, long way.
Yeah,
And
I think we have. It's amazing.
Mhm.
And I'm glad because,
Yeah.
of course, my mom went and got me tested and did all that when they were telling her I was retarded because she's like, she's Southern. You don't have retarded children when you're Southern. Like, she drugged me through everything. Just one
Yeah.
of those things that they did, and then they just let me be my goofy self, which I
Yeah.
was. It's just my goofy self, be running to my own drum,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yep. And what was different about me is I had friends in high school from uh, the whole spectrum. I had friends that were what we called burnouts. These were the pot smokers and the
Yeah, yeah.
druggies, the jocks, the nerds, the thespians. No, I said thespian, Lloyd, not the other word. Uh, yeah, my friendships covered a wide spectrum, and the burnouts thought I was cool because I didn't do what they did. The jocks liked me because, hey, here's this guy with a disability and he's working his butt off to get our equipment out there on the field to make sure that we have everything that we need out there.
Very cool, Art. Very cool. And it's a workaround, isn't it? It's not only the mainstreaming you, but you saying, you know what, I'm going to be in the mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a choice because you had to make that choice, right? It can't be made for you. They can mainstream all they want.
Yep.
But unless you have that support to know that you should be mainstream, you should be in there.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that just says a lot about who you are.
Yep. And then when I was in college, we moved back here to Denver. I was watching this program. It was kind of a precursor to Entertainment Tonight. And they had this disabled comedian on, Jerry Jewell. I don't know if you remember her. She was from the sitcom called Facts of Life, where she played the rich girl's cousin. And I saw her do stand up on this program. And I go, I could do that. And I'm much funnier than she is. And who would just a few short years later, I was working with her. She did a show at the college that I was going to school at, and it was an all disabled show. So there were 4 comics with different disabilities. We had 2 comics with cerebral palsy, Jerry Jewell and Chris Fonseca, and then me, and then Don Becker, who is a recent amputee. And so it was a fun show.
Wow, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did you find that the comedians when you first started out were cleaner in what they said or not?
Oh,
Depending on where you went?
Sure, but I think this was at a time where comedy was really starting to take off. I mean, it really started to get really hot in the mid to late 70s, and by the time I came around, comedy clubs have been pretty much established all across the country. And I just started going down to the local comedy club that was close to my house, and I watched a few shows, and then I asked the manager, what do I need to do, and who do I need to talk to? And they say, oh, you need to sign up, and hopefully, if your name comes up, then you'll get 2 minutes on stage to try out your material. So I was on stage on open mic probably every 2 or 3 weeks, trying out new material, working on, okay, what kind of persona do I want? Develop my persona, because there are so many different styles out there. They're really fast talking, hyper comic, and then there's the laid back comic, and then there's so many different styles, like like Stephen Wright, he's really monotone and cerebral. So he was like that. And then there were, like, I don't know if you remember Emo Phillips. He did some really wild, uh, cerebral stuff. And that's what made him fun. Oh, and I knew Roseanne before she got famous. As a matter of fact, her first husband was one of the first local comics that I met and that I got to kind of hang out with a little bit. So that was interesting. And I also worked with Roseanne's second husband, Tom Arnold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember the story about them. Some of the stuff that came out during the time, I was like, oh, they were wild. They were wild today.
Yep, yeah, they were. That was back in the day where pot and cocaine was everywhere.
Was everywhere. Was
Uh,
everywhere.
I wasn't into drugs. My only vice was alcohol, and so
So how did you keep away from drugs when we all know it was just so prevalent?
I think part of it was because my parents were really strict about drugs. I had an older sister. She's almost 10 years older than me, and I saw uh, what would happen when they found out she was smoking pot in their car because they found the little roaches in the ashtray and
Oh, in their
you know what, that's not for me. I don't want my parents coming down on me like they did her. And plus being in the hospital a lot, I I already had my fill of drugs,
right.
like morphine and sodium barbital and stuff like that. Because boy, they make you feel really good after a while.
So did you spend a lot of your childhood in the hospital?
Yes, I did. I started off at the Children's Hospital here in Denver, and then after that, I started going to Shriners Hospital. Uh, uh, which was kind of a downer because we had to go to Salt Lake City, and I had no family there, and that's almost 1,000 miles away from my home, so my folks couldn't come out and visit me. But when we moved to Michigan, I went to the hospital in Chicago, and the upside of that was right across the street was the Mars Chocolate Factory. And in the summertime, you could smell the chocolate,
Oh,
which was cool. And I had lot of, lot of relatives in the area, so my cousins would come to visit me and bring me gifts and stuff. So that made my stay a lot better.
so I'm going to have to listen to my moderator. I'm going to say hello to
Yeah,
everyone.
go say hi, lady.
Hey, Mason, Philly Drone Life, Drone Life. Hey, Chris, how you doing, darling? Sleeping Bear. Okay, every time I hear Sleeping Bear, I just think of this big bear, all cuddly. Are you cuddly, Sleeping Bear? Drone Effects with Claude. Let's see, Remote Pilots Australia. That's our Ari. Let me see. Mike Roche. Hey, Mike, how you doing today? Billy Drone Life. PJs. I'm in my freaking underwear, Claude. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about, so I'm just going to keep going. Let's see. Nature's Beauty. Always a delight to have on here. Let's see. Let's see. And Legworks in the group, Drone Interest group, and John Coopy. Guys, we so appreciate you coming in. We know you had a lot of choices tonight. but art is so interesting. So I'm glad you're here. And I'm just gonna, Roger, do you want to say hello to anybody, or are you sleeping now?
Hi,
Oh,
everybody in the chat. Everybody, please hit that like button. Thank you very much. And Art's a great guest in here too tonight. So let's all, I say that. Company. I don't know how you say it in English. Everybody, show their appreciation and hit that like. Yes, sir.
okay, and Ari, if you want to put in our commercial, go ahead.
Oh, great timing. I have a contest going on.
Woo! Pretty.
I am 26 away from 500. And to show my support to all my subscribers, I'm giving away this drone. It's an eSheen 511S, and it is pretty cool. It's got GPS, one key return, headless mode, altitude hold, HD camera, and speed control. It's like a faux Mavic Air.
Does it do the exact same thing as like a Mavic?
It is almost, yeah, it's almost a knockoff, but it's Chinese and cheap. These things go for about 125 bucks on. So don't expect it to do everything a Mavic Air does. So go to my channel. I have a video about the giveaway, and comment in the comment section, say, Art, I'm eSheen to win that drone.
You guys got that? Because if, especially some of you, I know some of you, and H's Beauty might be one of them, who does not have a drone. So you guys get on there and take your chance at getting one. Because that'd be really cool for you.
Yep.
And it's Chinese and it's cheap, which means that if it flies back to China.
There you go. There you go. Also, I will be giving this away once I hit 500 at the next live show. I will be doing the giveaway. I will do the YouTube random generator thing.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, one thing I want to make sure, and Art can use this if he needs to, is remember that YouTube is not sponsoring this giveaway that Art is doing. And through eSheen, this is something that Art wants to do for his subscribers for their loyalty and their love.
That's right.
That's part of what you have to do. So
that's right.
So if you say it hasn't been done, we'll just go back. If I wouldn't give to kid in hospital. Very nice.
There you go.
Okay, let me see.
That would be really nice. Yeah.
I'm trying to go to your station, Art.
Okay.
I had you up all day. I was just playing everything so I could kind of get caught up. So let's see, Artco. Let me see if I can find you really fast. Here we go. So you're at 475 right now. It's what it looks like.
All right. So I'm
474.
474. Okay.
Okay, guys. So he only needs 26 more to actually do the giveaway.
Oh, and I want to give a big shout out to Pusa Studios. Last week, I just popped in, and you know how they do the Wheel of Fortune thing where they call out 2 letters, and I didn't even get a chance to, put in the 2 letters. And next thing I know, I'm hearing, and up next is Artco Drone Solutions. What? Wow. And they gave me a lot of really good advice, and I changed the look of my page. I went from white to black. I think black does look better. and I changed uh, my banner so it looks a lot sharper. Because
Yeah,
where
I'm
before
now
you
starting.
saw my picture and then my little blurb, my little logo, and then it says in art, my show airs every Saturday from 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But it had a white background. And Andrew said, that looks just too busy. You need to make it look more, it needs to have more continuity to it. So, and he suggested to use Canva, which I've used before. So, what I did is I went back there, redid yes, and I changed it so it'll work on all platforms. Yes. Uh,
So it looks like that, guys.
yep.
Very clean. I'm just starting to work on mine, so mine is kind of like empty right now. But it's very clean, very nice art.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I ran into, I saw Andrew on a couple days ago. I think it was on Canadian Drone Hub. I thanked him for the suggestions, and the only thing I need to change is my about section. I'm going to revamp that. Make it so I get more hits from the algorithm. And what else do I need? Oh, I needed to change my playlist too. I have a playlist on there, but I want to add another playlist that shows my videos because right now I have a playlist of all the live streams. So I'm going to
Right, right.
revamp that, and that'll look a lot better.
So the playlist I have, Artco, is I have like interview of droners and then
Right.
interviews with YouTubers because though drone flyers on YouTube are also YouTubers, it's
Yeah.
very vastly different. You know, I
Uh,
have comments on there. I have a lot of these guys are on there.
right.
So
Mhm.
so that's kind of what I'm doing. But you started doing quite a lot of live streams in the beginning, not really, and then
Right.
bam, we're into live stream. What made you do the jump?
I think Ken Heron was the one that really got me started, and he's he's got a really great persona.
Yeah.
And being in the entertainment business, such as myself, he was in radio, and he's just a naturally funny guy, and he pulls it off great. And I thought, I could do that. And then I started off with OBS, but I was limited because I couldn't take any callers. I went to Streamlab OBS, same thing there, but they had templates, which was nice. And I was starting to see how things work. And then Mel and Lloyd got me on vMix, and
Mhm.
they walked me through and helped me out. And my
Hey, Doug.
channel looks a lot better. Although I had major headaches last night, but that's all resolved. And so I need to start lining up guests well ahead of time. I'm kind of a procrastinator, and I need to stop waiting until, oh, it's Wednesday. I need to get a guest for the show Saturday. And then you go through, no, I'm busy that night. Oh, okay. And then it's Thursday. No, I can't do it. I'm at church or something. Okay. And then it's Friday and somebody else can't do it. And I'm like, Saturday early, I'm like going, Hugh, no, not Hugh, but Claude, can you do it? And he goes, yeah, I could do it. And oh, that was great.
Right. Deep breath. Deep breath. Oh,
So, but the upside is all those people that I talked to, I could start lining them up.
right.
Can't do my show until June, so uh, wait for my numbers to explode when I get him on the show. He'll really bump my numbers up. But
yeah, I think that, Art, you just have to, like with me, I lay in wait, usually behind a bush. And then as they come back, I just take my claw and go, "You're mine. I'm going to interview you." Like
there you go. There you go.
we get them all. We get them all. And I try to do mine. Last month, I put almost a month in, and
Right.
you were like the last one of that session. Now I got to start lining up again to take
Right.
middle of May, and so that's how I just started asking people. But you are going after some very big channels,
Yeah.
right? To interview, and I'm just interviewing our regular guys because they're so fascinating. I mean, I've done, let's see, Jim and Claude, remote pilot, I'm doing on Tuesday. We got Dr. I still got Ricky Dub, Sleeping Bear. I got a lot in here that I've done. I got Plummet. So, and let's see, I want to see if it's, yeah, I can do it now. Hey, Roger, are you paying attention?
I think he's asleep. Oh, there his head popped up. There we go.
I'm here.
Live.
I'm here. I'm just typing out an email. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. What's up?
No, I just saw that you may not be paying attention, so I decided to just
I got my coffee and I got my cigarette, and I'm just typing an answer to an email.
Okay.
Roger, cigarettes are bad for you.
616 drones. It's pouring rain right now here. The snow is melting away. Yeah.
So where are you based, Artco?
I am right here in Westminster, Colorado, which is Lloyd's hometown, and now he lives in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're in Colorado. I'm in Idaho.
Idaho, okay.
You're not that far. But I've never heard of what you're saying. Colorado. Is it in the mountains or is it more in the desert part?
No, it's a suburb of Denver.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
I've been through desert.
I grew up not too far from here in a town just a little west of here called Arvada, Colorado. I grew up there, and then we moved to Michigan, where I lived in Royal Oak and Troy, Michigan. And one interesting tidbit about going to high school in Michigan, I went to Royal Oak Kimball High School. Now, our crosstown rival was Don Darrow High School, and they had two very well-known alumnus there. One of them is Glenn Fry of the Eagles. He went to school there. And I don't know if you remember Tom Hayden. He was Jane Fonda's first husband.
Oh, wow.
And another school in our area is Seaholm High School, and that's in Birmingham, which is just to the west of where I lived. And Tim Allen went to high school there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Tim Allen. I used to watch his show all the time.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
Significant.
I love his new show, Outdoor Man. Yeah, Last Man Standing. That's right.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one. Hey, Artco, can you do me a favor and put your channel or just say hi to everyone in the chat?
Okay, will do.
Because, let's see.
There we go. My mouse is.
No, no, you don't. That's why I'm behind a bush. I don't even have to interview. I just grab you, and next thing you know, you're sitting there talking to me. That's how that works. Didn't you know that? And I've actually interviewed Bill, Newfound Drone Productions.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
There we go. Every one. There's no G on the end of that. Okay. Yeah. So all they have to do is go to Artco Drone Solutions, and that's my channel. And if they love fishing, go to Art's Place Fishing, and I've got videos there.
Robert saying he still has the scratches when I grabbed him for the interview. And I do not use a taser, Ari.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Taser. I use a cattle prod.
Ah, okay. That's a little.
Respecting woman what from Idaho. So do you miss doing your live comedy shows? Do you miss that?
Sometimes I do, and there's a lot of work to being a comedian because you have to do a lot of traveling. And I went through 3 cars in 6 years because I just wore them out. I'd get these old cars, and it would just wear out. Alternator will go, or transmission, or
Right.
throwing rod.
Oh.
I bought a brand new car, and then all of a sudden my timing belt broke. Need a new engine. And when that happened, I said, I'm done. I got to get a day job. I can't be touring every other week. And because the money I was making was, it was getting me going. It wasn't really enough to live on. It was just enough to pay the bills. You need to get to that next level, the headline spot. Then you could make some good money and have something to save away and build up. But I just couldn't do it. And then you got to realize you got new people coming into the business, and they're taking away business from you. So there's more and more competition. And
a lot of people think they're funny and they're not.
yeah, that's.
So you just have to wait till they weed themselves out.
Oh, believe me, I've seen that on open mic nights where these guys or gals who think they're funny as all get out, and they go up there and you just watch them just die on stage, and they come off saying, "Wow, that was great! I did great!" And I'm like, "Whatever." I remember one.
Simon Cowell on them, huh?
Right. One comic.
And just keep that in your bedroom.
One comic, I remember after a set, he's saying, this was before digital recording. They had little micro cassettes that we would record our acts so that we could, find out what jokes worked and what jokes didn't work. Well, this one comic says, there's something wrong with my recorder. I don't hear the laughter. I'm like, duh.
Well, it's like the singers who go up on these shows and they sing, but everyone knows I can sing. Well, that's true. Everybody can sing, but not everybody sings well enough.
Right.
Out of living.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I mean, I can sing. You guys aren't going to want to hear it, but I can sing. Roger can sing too, right, Roger?
No.
If you want to hear some really good singers, go to the Philippines because karaoke is huge out there. And
right.
Boy, there are a lot of really good singers out there. And I've seen them on YouTube. They have their own YouTube channels. There's this one gal. She goes by the name Purple Shadow, and she's a realtor in Cebu, Philippines. And once in a great while, she'll do a cover. She'll do a Carpenter's song, and she's really good. And she did do she was a professional singer for a short time, but she just wasn't making enough money because there's so many really good singers there that the competition was just really stiff.
Yeah, I've gone on a few cruises because I like it, and they had karaoke, and I was with a friend, and she was saying, "Oh, wait till these people get up. Look how they walk. They're good." And they got up, and it was like howling bears. Sorry, sleeping bear. No disrespect. I was just, oh my god! But they were really having fun.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they were great, and so they are great. They're great for what they were doing, but singers they were not,
Yeah, yeah,
which is the truth about a lot of them. But yeah, some of the Filipino singers, some of the singers from Japan, look at that K-pop stuff that's coming out, all
right.
that. I don't really know a lot about it, but it looks like really big girl bands and boy band type stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of notice. So if
Mm-hmm.
you could go back and do a really big show with one comedian, who would that be with for you, Art?
Oh boy. Oh, one of my favorite comics that I got to work with was Jeff Dunham. I would really like to work with him again.
Puppets?
Yes, when I worked with him, it was before Ahmed joined. This
Yeah.
was way before. This was in the early '90s, so he's making his first comeback after he did the Tonight Show, and he lost quite a bit of weight. And now I've worked with a lot of ventriloquists and really just did not like working with him. But with Jeff, he is funny night after night after night. I could sit there and watch him. And there's not very many comedians out there where you could sit and watch their set night after night after night.
I started watching him when he had Ahmed on,
Right.
and
I kill you.
I can hear just everything. He's like
Get together.
I love him with the grumpy guy, kind
Yeah.
of me of Lloyd.
Walter. Yeah. Walter Peanut. Put
Yeah,
jalapeno on a stick.
I just love all his stuff. I think he's so funny.
I'm Bubba. Uh,
I just love it. So yes, to do a show with him would be fantastic. If I were humorous, I would want to be on a show with him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I also kind of like that Jeff Foxworthy on occasion.
Yeah, that's another one I'd like. I never got a chance to meet him, but I watch a lot of his
And then yeah,
stuff. And Bill Engvall is another one I would like to work with. Very funny. I just saw one of his skits on, and not dry bar comedy, but something similar that he was talking about medical marijuana, and it was just hysterical. He is so funny.
oh my God, it is. Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias. I do
Yeah,
like Fluffy.
yeah.
Fluffy be very funny. I watch a lot of his stuff if it comes on Jeff Foxworthy. I like yes, Claude, we know you have Charlie. And you're very good for your home in your room. Yes, I remember Charlie used to freak me out when I was little. You're getting a phantom, Bill? I'm sorry. I had a squirrel moment. Sorry. I was like, phantom. I want one of those. I keep losing signal. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. Jeff Dunham is funny comedy too. Yeah, Jeff Dunham. I mean, you get some of the really good ones. And then when I really, there are a few that I like. They're a little colorful at times.
Right,
But
right,
some of the guys I like, I don't worry. I could take my grandkid with me and we would laugh.
right.
I mean, that's the kind of comedy. I think it's harder comedy,
Yeah.
I think writing jokes that are extremely funny without going to the other place is really hard.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the little bit of blue at times. I do.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, I love Emo Phillips. Has Art got any stories? Do you have any stories, Art? He's telling, yeah, Ari? Anything in particular?
Oh man. I need to be like Mr. Peabody and fire up the Wayback Machine. And I got to work with Jimmy J. Walker from
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Nice guy. Worked him with him at a club in
Now
Dayton,
that,
Ohio, which was a lot of fun. But I think, yeah, just working with Jeff Dunham, that was one of the fun shows. Oh, I worked with another comic named Gene McGuire, and I worked with him a couple times. My first time I worked with him was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But I got a good story about him. We were working in Memphis, Tennessee, and this was uh, right at the beginning of Gulf War One. And the club was selling these T-shirts that say "Iraqnophobia," and it's got a little mouse flipping off a Saddam Hussein eagle.
go funny. Yeah,
And
go,
so while we're in Memphis, Gene is a big Elvis fan, and you know who lives in Memphis. Graceland Mansion is in Memphis, and Gene invited me to come with him on, a tour of Graceland Mansion. So I'm not a huge Elvis fan. I like this music,
I used
but
to
he
love
was
Elvis. I
he
loved
was a
him.
he was a colorful guy. I mean, his taste in decor for his house, well, that was a little interesting. But his house, Graceland Mansion, it really isn't that big. It looks like a regular house that just has a bunch of add-ons in the back. We got to see his TV room, which is painted black and yellow, and
Mm.
it has three TV sets for each channel. And then we got to see his cars they had. And then, of course, after the tour, we had to hit the souvenir shop. So we're looking around, and I saw a deck of Elvis playing cards. And I said, "Hey, Gene, look at this Elvis playing cards. I bet they're all kings." So I just wrote a new bit for that night's show. So I did a bit about finding these playing cards, and they're all kings. And then I would do my Elvis impersonation. Oh, thank you. That was Artie Carlson as Keebler Elvis. Oh,
Well, see, when I was young, 12, 13, 14, in there, I watched all his movies. I'd get his album covers. Oh, I love you, Elvis. And it wasn't until later that all the stories and all the stuff that kind of surrounded his life. And I was
right.
like, oh no. Poor
Mhm.
Elvis. He was a tortured soul. He was
Yes,
a
he.
tortured soul.
Mhm.
So, but you never know that as kids when we have our idols, right?
Mhm. And now that we have this 24/7 entertainment and news, I mean, you're always hearing about all these celebrities about, oh no, so and so did this, so and so is in jail, so and so they found so and so dead. I'm like, wow.
I kind of skip through a lot of that entertainment news anymore because I just don't want to know. I If they're really good actors, I want to watch the movies, right?
Right.
their television shows. I don't want to know their personal life. I just want to, I want suspended, you suspend disbelief, right?
Right.
You go into something and really are able, it's really hard to do it and then go, oh yeah, but you did this and this. Yeah. No, I don't want to think like that. When I'm seeing a movie, I want my head clear.
Right there. Roger just sent you a message. You need to give a second to talk.
Okay. Everybody, check out Joan Interest Group. He
There
posted
you go.
that's to help one of his students get a to win on this video that he made. Give him a chance to get into first place. So check out this link and vote on it, comment on it, and
Right.
So you can get into his first place. So check out Joan Interest Group. Check out that link, guys. It's very important for him and his students. Or
There
students.
you go.
Okay, it's all yours, Val.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm looking for where he put the link and I'm not seeing it.
Go up on the chat. Go up on the chat. Mhm.
Okay, drone interest. So people don't have to try to find it. You want to post it again? And guys, know that we're not posting links on my channel anymore because I can't because it's
what, Val?
but you can do it, Jerry. You go ahead and do it because that's exactly the kind of thing that I think is cool. So anyway, check out Drone Obsessed with Jerry. Make sure you do that. Blizzard, I see you. Novice Squad's in the house. Woo! Yes, we missed you today. I was on your show, but then, oh God, I'm so sorry, Novice. I worked so many hours yesterday. I took a nap.
Oh, no.
Like, damn I go.
How many did you take? All
right. Oh my God. So I need to see, Roger, did I actually send you the link or no?
For what?
This-
Yeah. No, you sent me by Google Hangout.
I hate when I do that. Okay, hold on. Let me do one quick thing. And
Okay.
Just send the link in Paul's AOL address.
I can never find it.
And Roger's cigarettes are sponsored by Paul Mall.
No, nobody.
No, I can't even find it. I can never find it, Paul. If you think you'd like to come in, Paul, you're gonna have to send me your email again because I cannot find it. I don't know what it is about Paul. I think he does something that makes his stuff hide from me.
Send me the link, Val, and I'll send it to Paul.
There you go.
Send you. Now I gotta find your link. Yeah, I was trying to be nice to myself and the fact that I'm not good at this, but okay.
The plan is you click on that, you copy and paste your email, and you send me the link.
And don't eat the paste.
Yeah, Paul put his email there.
Okay, Roger, it is on
way back.
Paul just put his email in there.
Yeah, now I can't find it because now I'm in something totally different. I don't even see y'all.
No.
Y'all.
I run a computer.
Killing me here. Oh, there.
You're not blonde, are you, Val?
That's what Bob said.
You're having a blonde moment.
Hey, Robert, how you doing? Legwork JDS is in the house. Hey, guys. So why does it say toilet? Oh, that's legwork. Okay, legwork, I do not need to know that. You're killing me. Okay, so did you send it to him, Roger? Okay, I don't know what's going on now.
Hold on, I'll be back. You know, I mean, internet is not fast, you know.
I know, either for me either. So Artco, so we'll go. What is your actual name, though?
Oh, my name is Arthur Carlson.
Arthur.
Just remember WKRP.
Yes, Arthur Carlson. Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite shows.
Won't do it no more. Claude, I love you. Yeah, I'm trying to control what we're doing with the links only because there's so many that my channel is having some problems. And I won't go into it here, but just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Arthur, when you're growing up, okay, Art, when you're growing up,
Arthur sounds like Arthur. What are you?
I know. Oh, like Dudley Moore played Arthur. But
Yeah,
you know how you're having problems and you overcome it, you go into comedy and you get to be where you're actually in shows where you know people and then the cars are having trouble and you got to go to the day job and then you go, now I'm going to do another big adventure. I'm going to do YouTube.
right.
You should keep battling that and keep going up and up and up.
Well, this is where the comedy thing has really helped me because I developed a persona already, and I know a lot about entertainment. I know how everything works. I mean, just like what Ken does on his show, and I'm entertaining. I know how to interview people, ask good questions, keep the show interesting and entertaining at the same time. So it's really just myself taking my entertainment business in a different direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So does it fill the comedy void?
yeah, it does. I get to be funny, like when I come on Canadian Drone Hub, I could do some comedy. And one night I was on Centroid, and I was just ripping it up one night. We were doing Chuck Norris jokes, and there were some really, there were some pretty racy jokes on there.
Yeah, you know, somebody in here mentioned Chuck Norris. Was that you, Claude? I have to go look. Do you want to go down to the bay and have some screech and catch us some cod tongues? JDS, I do not know what you're saying, so I'm going to slowly look away from you. Hey, Paul.
Hello, everybody, and hi, Art. How you doing?
Hey, Paul, I already did my brownie joke earlier, so.
Did ya?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go get any brownies and sample them for you. So that's cool. We're cool.
Okay. I was telling Val about that Girl Scout troop called Brownies, and now they're letting boys join. It's called
Really?
Brownies with Nuts.
So the next time you enjoy a brownie with nuts, I want you to think about
There you go.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, Val, but my brownies don't have any nuts in them.
Okay.
They're strictly female brownies. So.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
You started it, Val. You started it.
I don't think I did, but I'm not. It happened. Hey,
so
Gary.
on to something else.
So
So nuts, has anybody tried Rocky Mountain oysters?
Oh,
there you go.
No, I heard what those were. I was like, oh yeah, no.
Oh, they're good. They taste like chicken. They're just fried up. Yeah, you know.
They're even better smothered in Vegemite.
Oh, no. You're just Gary. You're so bad. To a fellow Canadian from Newfoundland, Val. Personal joke. Oh God, JDS. So Newfoundland. So Art, as you're going through this, what do you want to see your channel becoming?
Well, I like to become more like Ken's show, but a little different. You know, I'm going through building up my channel, and I'd like to be like Ray Set Drone and have over like 100,000 subscribers,
Right.
or Casey Neistat, who's got like 11 million subscribers. That's where you can make some
Yep.
really good money, and not really. It's all about content. Content is king. And that's why I do the live streaming show, and I still do the drone videos. And I try to, well, that is all about showing, hey, us disabled people, we're drone flyers too. We could do pretty good videos and photos and
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff.
Well, Art, I think you're spot on. Content is very important, but it's also how entertaining you are to
Yeah.
get those really big numbers. Because if all it was going to be was a guy in front of the tube going, and this 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 and this, and no expression and no influctuation of voice, none of those, they wouldn't get up to the big numbers. No way.
No.
Well, I'm beginning to realize I'm reading this book on this kind of stuff, and it was saying, you know how everyone's doing those 30-day challenges? Every day they post something. Every day for 30 days. It's supposed to pop your channel. I thought the one thing they got to make sure they mention to everybody is when Casey Neistat decided to do it every day for a year, right?
Yeah.
He was putting out really great content
Yeah.
every day. I think he had a team, because certainly I don't think he could have done it himself.
Oh, he has employees, yes.
Yeah.
Whoever's working on it. So you got to have content, but it's got to be good. That's where I'm having a problem. I can put some content out.
We've heard that, Val. We've heard that. But anyway.
Art, tell him you can't be mean to me.
I'm not being mean.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice,
Art, I was agreeing with her. She says she can really put out the content. And I said, I've heard yeah.
So Art, go ahead. Where were you?
One thing that I just learned recently was having a good name. Like I just picked Artco, just take my first name and make it like a company name, Artco Drone Solutions, make it sound. And then I found out, you know what? If you type in Artco, just Artco, I'm at the top of the list. I have more subscribers than anybody with Artco in their title.
In their search, yep.
Yeah. So I was smart enough, because I have a degree in marketing, so I know something about this, and I was really good at coming up with names for products. And so when I came up, I like drones, and I want a YouTube channel. What would be it? And my first name is Art, and Art is A, and it's at the beginning of the alphabet, and that's why it makes it better for the algorithm and searches. Makes it easier for searches. Another one thing I want to say, Val, is, did you know there's another Val's Life?
Yes.
On YouTube, and she's only got a handful of subscribers. So, but you got there first, and you're way, way ahead of her. So she'll probably have to change her name down the road. She can't be Val's Life. Maybe she could change it to Val's Leather Life. Who knows?
That's yeah, the thing I did was, mine was Val's Life Health Journey, and then I just shortened it, and I knew there were there's other people with that and all. I just thought, you know what? At this point, I have enough subscribers, and their channels aren't going anymore. And I think that's the one thing about names. You know, they tag this name for their channel, and then they go away.
Right.
Well, loosen
Yeah.
up a little, then let's do something else. But oh well. I got
And
3
that's what I like about Pusa Studios, because they do shows like almost every night,
every night but Saturday.
and they help out us YouTubers to grow our channels with they'll
To
bring
help
they'll bring somebody on and say, hey, this is Artco Drone Solutions. This guy's really funny. You know, I sub, and then all of a sudden I got like, 5, 10 subs right away. And they gave me some really helpful tips. And I've done most of them. And I'm going to do some more to really tighten up my descriptions, and to make my channel searchable, to
Yep.
where people will land on my channel and go, wow, look at this little midget flying a drone. He's pretty darn good,
So Arco, you don't look short to me, but I only see you right there.
Right.
How tall are you?
I am 4'6".
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is another short droner, Brian Singleton. He's True Drone Reviews, and I did not know he was a little person until I was on one of these discussion panels, and I was in the chat, and I mentioned someone was talking about how tall they were, and I said, well, I'm 4'6", and True Drone would say, I'm the same height. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm going to try and get him on my show. He's just a little person. He doesn't have a disability. Not, you know, did you know there are like over 300 different kinds of dwarfism?
No.
I
Oh.
did not know that until
Brian was fairly tall.
Brian, well, he said he was 4'6", and
Oh,
the videos that I see him, you don't really see him because you only see his hands because he's doing an unboxing of something.
yes.
And it's all perspective anyway. If you don't have some other, like if there wasn't a 6 foot tall person standing next to him,
Right.
it's perspective,
Right. I had no idea he was a little person. I just didn't know. I don't think I've ever. It just wouldn't come up. I guess it just never comes up, does it, Paul?
No,
Because you mentioned it, I thought, well, because I thought you were a rather tall person too. I never know. I never know.
I didn't know how tall Ken was until he mentioned that he was over 6 foot tall, and I go, wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
I
that
didn't
Daniel
either.
Williams, he's probably a pretty tall guy too. He's
Well, Art, I used to appreciate people of smaller stature when they get so a person that's over 6 feet, they'd always look up and say, "How's the weather up there today?" I love that.
yeah, I've done that in high school with some of the basketball players.
Yeah.
Over 6 foot. We had one guy. He was 6'10" on our basketball team, and
6'3".
he was really good.
Okay. So Art, talk to me about. Can I talk to you a little bit about your personal life? Are you married? Are you dating? Are you just being
No,
who you are for yourself?
not married, never been married. I've been engaged twice. I do have a girlfriend. She lives in the Philippines right now, and my plan is to go see her next February.
Oh, wow. So you have to
And,
wait a long time, huh?
well, I've got to save up money to
Okay.
go out there, and it's not cheap. But you know, Philippines is one of the cheaper places to go in Asia. Airfare is not that bad. It's around $700 for a
Oh,
round ticket. But where she lives in the southern part of the country. She lives on the island of Mindanao. So I have to fly to Manila, and then I have to take a plane down to one of the closest airports where she lives.
wow. You know, I was watching a channel for a long time of this Filipino gal who just, you know, she has this beautiful child, and her husband is from England.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, he was just visiting her, and I thought, boy, that is so long distance. How do
Yeah,
you make that work over
yeah,
time? But now they're married, and they seem to be so
right.
happy.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Well, thank you. She's 35, and she has two kids, 3 and 7. And she has no interest to come to the U.S., which is good because you know it's expensive to live here in the States. Live in the Philippines, I can rent a 3-bedroom house for $300 a month.
Ooh. Can you make enough to make that make sense?
Well, if I go on disability, I will get 100% of my Social Security that I would get at 67.
Oh, wow.
And that would be $300. Well, she's got a house. It's a brand new house, so I won't have any house payment. So
Wow.
my expenses will be food, electricity, internet, and whatever I need to get around on the island. And it's a big island.
It looks
I
big.
think it's the second or the largest island in the chain.
Wow. Really quick, I want to say hi to Crankbait Crisis. We have Phantom Hodges Drone, Remote Pilots, Green Patches. We have Bill Thomas from Coast to Coast Drones,
Oh,
Carpet.
right. Cool.
Woo woo.
Well, Bill Thomas, he's married to a Filipina.
Is he? Yeah. So
Uh, I
you would consider moving there.
Yes, because the cost of living is a lot more conducive than it is here. If I were to stay here, uh, there are two places I would move to: Texas or East Tennessee, because the cost of living is much cheaper there. Because Colorado is growing like mad.
Right.
Apartment rents are just going out of sight. Where in the Philippines, I won't have to worry about shoveling snow ever again. But the downside is it rains. I mean, and they get typhoons there. And then I have to worry about some of the nasty diseases like dengue fever, yellow fever, typhoid. But you just have to be smart and get all the inoculations
The
before you
shops
go.
and everything. Yeah, I think the Philippines is parts of the Philippines are absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I love the islands anyway. I think a lot of them are just gorgeous.
Mhm.
So I think that might be very fun.
Yeah, it would.
Engage.
And did you know the Philippines has over 7,000 islands?
I did not know that.
And in land mass, it's the same land mass as Colorado, but it has 104 million people living there.
Oh wow.
Colorado only has like 7 or 8 million people here.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know that it was that big. I do know they have a very big poor section in the
Yeah,
Philippines, like all the islands do.
yeah.
Really, there's no
Mhm.
island I don't think there's really escaping that. So
A lot of those Filipinos, they have what's called OFW. That's overseas foreign workers, and a lot of them they work in the Middle East.
oh yeah, I've
Like,
heard.
there's not enough jobs in the Philippines. My current girlfriend, and she's messaging me right now. She worked in Malaysia for a while.
Okay. I've heard some really hard things about Filipinos going over to the Middle East and working.
Oh
How
yeah,
they take their passports, they can't leave if they want to.
that's right.
And I know, and of course we
Sometimes they get into really bad situations, and oh boy,
it makes me just really worried for them because even on the cruise ships that I've been on, people are just trying to be able to get money to their families,
right. Mhm.
and it can get really dangerous for them.
Well, my ex fiance, excuse me, she's a Filipina, and her younger brother is an OFW in Pakistan. He works on a dairy farm there, but he's doing pretty well. He doesn't have to deal with that kind of stuff, but he's on a farm and he does have to, be careful about, you know, working around machinery. Just a few months ago, one of his co-workers got, fell in a chopper.
Oh,
Yeah, where they put the grain in, and boy, it was really bad. So yeah, they took all the foreign workers and they took them off site because they were worried about their safety, because the locals might go after them for they might think, oh, they sabotage the machinery or something. Oh, boy.
oh,
But
yeah,
I am a godfather to his oldest son.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. And I have a goddaughter down in Davao City, which is on Mindanao, and she just turned one a couple weeks ago, and she is so cute. She's already walking, and oh, she's such a doll. I'm Facebook friends with her grandma, and that's how I got into that family. So I've got somebody to go see when I go over there.
Oh, that makes it really nice.
Yeah.
And children, they're so beautiful. Children
Yeah.
are. See, I'm waiting to be a grandma again, but nobody's hopping on that train.
Uh-huh.
Like time to be a grandma again. But yeah. So it's kind of godchildren, grandchildren. Oh,
Yeah.
so nice, Artco. So nice. So you live in the suburbs of Colorado.
Denver.
Your girlfriend is in Denver, and your girlfriend's in the Philippines.
Right.
And what do you do to occupy your time then? Because your love is so far away.
Well, she is on Facebook and we talk every day. And at least once a week, we try to video chat.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. She
Now,
lives
Art, how is her English?
Her English is pretty good. One thing about the Philippines, they are the second largest English speaking country in Asia.
In Southeast
India
Asia,
number one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And
Something
that's why they're the call center, because their English is a lot better. You can understand their English better than the English of the Indians in India.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the Filipinos have very tight communities also.
Oh, yes. They're
If you end up being
families, yeah.
enough to go to a party that a Filipino throws,
Mhm.
when I was younger, when I was in DC, where we had a lot more Filipino population, I went to oh my gosh, the food, the dancing, the fun. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But such a sense of community.
Yep.
It's just really nice.
They're very loyal people as well. I mean, once you get into a Filipino family and things work really well, then they have your back. So they take care of you, but you just gotta watch out for the ones that think you're an ATM.
Well,
So I'm fortunate. The reason I found Erin is I met her cousin on my trip when I went a couple of years ago. I met Nelia and her husband on the ferry going back to Batangas City. We were Yolanda, my ex fiance. We did a 3-day kind of romantic holiday down in Puerto Galera on the island of Mindoro. And so on the way back, we met this couple, and I hooked up on them on Facebook. And when things fell apart with Yolanda and I, Nelia said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, I've got this cousin, and she's beautiful and nice, and the one thing about Erin, she never asked me for money, never asked for help or anything. So I know that she's genuine and she's a good person. So I feel very good about her. Yolanda, she never asked me for money up until I was working on trying to get a visa for her to come here, a fiance visa. And that's when she would drop little hints like, "Oh, it costs this for my son's tuition," or "I need help." And I'm like, "Oh." But, I've heard some really horror stories about guys who really got took by Filipinas. But
well, Art, I want to be just really, let's just call it what it is.
right.
We have people all over the United States. I'll do the same thing to you. Little old ladies
Yeah.
losing their savings, little old men losing their savings. You
Yeah.
know, that is prevalent everywhere, right?
Mhm.
It's just not, I'm going to say, I think it's just not anywhere else. It's everywhere. You got to be careful that you find the person you really love
Yeah.
and that loves you. And that's the bottom line. And if you want someone else who can buy you stuff, well, Roger's here. No? Okay. I'm just going to try that blank look. So, Roger, we can find you a wife. Hey, Metro Drones, how you doing?
I think there's a big Philippine
That's right.
community in Montreal.
Is there, Roger?
And Toronto too. There's a really popular Filipino by the name of Mikey Bustos. He's from Toronto, Canada, and he currently lives in Manila right now. He's got I think he's getting close to 500,000 subscribers right now.
Wow.
He was on.
Hey, Val, I didn't realize you were trying to hook Roger up with a wife. I didn't know that.
Roger needs someone to take care of him. I think Kim is falling down on the job.
Oh, okay.
All the time it's Roger cooking.
No, I'm okay.
Roger cleaning. Roger making his own coffee. So I need to find him a good wife.
There you go. Yeah. The Philippines, they produce a lot of nurses there.
Roger.
Yeah.
I can see the next
So
the next mission, Roger, is when Val comes to visit you. She's going to be dragging you over to Montreal, going door to door looking for a nursing wife for you.
There you go.
Roger's just like, yeah. Because all I'll do is go, we're going to Tim Hortons. Jump in the car, Roger. Okay.
Yep.
To a different section, find him. Yeah, sorry, I had to step out and eat some Hawaiian chocolate. Oh,
Boy.
that's nice. That's nice, Bill. Oh, yeah, Roger, better find someone that can cook steak. That's Nature's Beauty said that, not me. We're all helping you, Roger.
I'm a very good cook. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I remember the first
last time I talked to Roger, he said he has everything he needs right there. Isn't that what you said, Roger?
Yep. Yep.
You know what? Someone asked him if he wanted to have a girlfriend or get married, and he was like, no. But he's been married before.
Yeah.
Artco hasn't been. I think everyone needs to experience that. Please.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on.
The older, the older you get, you just go up to a woman and you give them your car keys or your house key and say, "Here, let's skip the divorce and you can have the house."
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that kind of happened to me, but where I was just going, here, just take it. Let's go.
Take whatever you want and get out of here.
There you go, Val. This is what I made tonight.
What is that?
That's peanut butter fudge. Yeah.
Mmm. See, maybe
I know
you
how
don't
to
need a
cook.
wife, but a wife might need you.
There you go.
That's very good.
I make
Only one woman in Roger's house, and that's Roxy, right, Roger?
Yeah. Yep.
Until July, and then I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure Roger never wants a wife. Because he'll be like, oh my God, Valerie, go back home.
So Val, what part of Idaho do you live in?
I live in Boise.
Okay. The Comedy Works here in Denver. We used to have a club up in Boise, Idaho, called the Comedy Works in Boise, and that was back in the late '80s, early '90s. Unfortunately, it didn't survive. It ended up closing up.
Oh.
I performed up in Idaho Falls and Spokane, Washington. I've got a cousin that lives up in Spokane, but that's beautiful country up there.
It is. It's very gorgeous. It's very gorgeous. I know. I love it. Someone said something in here. Oh, Nature's Beauty is your co-host now on your live stream.
Yep, their name is Sonia now. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice lady. She's from the UK.
Oh, okay.
Very good, Claude. So that's going to be very good. Let's see. Jesus, why don't we all show up and bring our aprons and bake cookies? Purple, you just wish you could bake cookies. There, sorry, I just had to give him the evil eye one time.
I make pretty good fudge. I make what's called 1 minute fudge, where you just take 3 cups of chocolate chips and a can of sweetened condensed milk.
Mm-hmm.
Stick it in the microwave, and then stir it up, and you're done.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my God, I have the thermometer out. So I'm pouring the stuff in. What the hell? Is it good, Artco? Is it good, fudge?
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
I experiment. Sometimes I'll use dark chocolate. Sometimes I'll use
sometimes Art, they'll take, the peppermint you get in the little bottles of liquid, put it in there, and it's a mint chocolate.
I've done that with the raspberry, but
Yeah,
you got to put just a little bit in there.
Yes.
Your fudge will be really gooey.
Yeah.
It won't harden up. But what I do is I take those Andes chocolate mints.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'll line the bottom of the pan with
Yeah.
that, and I'll pour the fudge right over that.
There you go.
Boy, is that good! But dark chocolate is makes really good fudge. Sometimes I'll mix it up with a cup of semi-sweet milk chocolate and dark chocolate, and that makes a really
You know,
good.
Art, I've heard of people doing that and they put in the bottom of the pan cooked bacon and chocolate. Oh man.
Oh, and some people when they
yeah.
pour the fudge in, they'll put some of that kosher salt on the
Yep.
top.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
that
top, yeah.
Yeah,
the salt is good, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just Furball's telling me he can cook. Well, that's not what Roger's telling us he's slaving in that kitchen every day. Let's see, who was it? Somebody said you make fudge, Roger. Hell, if I wasn't already married, I step up. That's from Ari. Oh my God. I love fudge. Marry me. Oh my gosh.
Well, now it's going to be known as Val's Love Channel.
Well, fudge causes chocolate, makes you love people.
Yep. Yeah, and chocolate is good for the heart too. It's got antioxidants in it.
That's right. That's right.
You know how Ken does the chocolates from around the world. I'm the same. So if you want to send chocolate to me, send it to Art Carlson at 5557 West 79th Avenue, Apartment 3, Arvada, Colorado 80003.
There you
You
go.
know, there's something I want to talk to you because we don't have that much longer. And
Okay.
you're a beautiful, wonderful guest. I'm so happy you came on here. But
Thank
I
you.
want to know about your merch.
Oh yes, I do have a Teespring, and I've got a shirt and a mug. I don't have the website at the moment. Let me get that real quick.
Okay. Because I want to know what that looks like. How
Well, it's
great.
got my logo and on the t-shirt. Let's see.
And is it under Artco?
You know what it is? It's called Artco Store, and I have t-shirts that are in black with my logo on the front, and the mugs are black. I have the logo on one side, and then on the other side is the neon drone that I made. It's on the opposite side. So if you go to there, let's see. Trying to.
I have Rogers on here, but I don't know how to get to.
Trying to. So if you go, just go to teespring.com and type in Artco, and I'm sure you'll find it there. What else do I think that's it? I do have some bumper stickers that I plug on my show. And they're from back when I did stand-up comedy just to earn a few extra bucks. One of them was about owning a liquor store / casino called Art's Place, liquor in the front and poker in the rear. And the other one says, my mom's a travel agent for trips.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
I'm not sure I heard that one right, so I'm just gonna.
So if you want a bumper sticker, they're $2 a piece, or 2 for $3. And I do PayPal, so just go to my email address, colokid1960@gmail.com.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, guys.
While they last. Wait, there's more.
So, Arco, you're delightful. You're just absolutely delightful.
Oh.
And I'm so happy you said yes to coming on and letting me ask all my questions because I have so many. I mean, you're just very fascinating. Everything you've been able to do. And I mean, this is just, I always look at it as not normal or unnormal or whatever, but people who go out there and just make things happen in their world, they just don't take no for an answer. It's
Right.
so many of us take no for an answer, right? Someone says no, we say, okay, no. You can't get anywhere on YouTube? Okay, I probably can't get anywhere on YouTube, right? Can't do anything with comedy? Okay, can't do anything with comedy. And you just don't ever take no for an answer.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't mean that no's don't affect you, but
Mhm.
just take it as an answer. That's just, I just respect people like that. I think it's hard to keep going if things are hard or are just the way they are, right?
Just think of YouTube as a virtual Amway, because those of us that got in years ago are very successful. And now we're the newcomers and we got to work our tails off to, get to that level. To,
Right.
like the race at drone, Kelly Shores, when he reached 100,000, he got his silver,
That button thing.
So that's what I'd like to get. I know Ken is like, oh man, I want one of those. I want one of those. He'll get there in no time. I bet you.
Ken was already up there. Is he just not?
No, he's at 84,000 right now.
Oh, he's going to get there.
Oh yeah, by the end of the year he'll be well past 100,000.
Well, and what I'm understanding now is even when you get there, that still isn't enough to really support a whole channel unless you're diversifying and doing a lot of things.
Well, he's got merch. He's got the shirts and stuff, and he sells those eyeballs and stickers and stuff, like what I'm doing. So, and plus, he's at that plateau. He's well past 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours. So he gets that super chat. And I've seen some of his shows where he raked in over $200 on one show.
Wow.
Some guy kept putting in $100 or $50. I'm like going, holy cow, come over to my channel when I get up there.
Right. And super chats are just something you want people to do if they feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I do it. I'll do a little bit of super chatting when I'm other channels, just because I think sometimes you just need to tell people, well, I think enough about what you're doing that I'm just going to give you a little something. Yeah. Yeah. Just, but that's nice for Ken Heron, especially if he has that many people watching his channel.
Yep.
He can tell him just everyone give me $1. That'd be good. Yeah, I watch Ken Heron, some of the stuff he does, but he usually comes on when some of the other channels that I watch are on. So yeah, I don't always get to see Ken. That's for sure.
And one thing about YouTube is I'm finding I watch more YouTube than I do my TV. I think YouTube or streaming on your computer, that's going to take away television, I think. And TV stations are really feeling it because especially the local TV affiliates, they're letting people go right and left. AM radio used to be they had their own advertising staff. Not anymore. the personalities, they have to do the sales now. So
Right. In fact, I was listening to Gary Vanderchuck, and I think that's how you say his name, but he's really good at this stuff, right? Lots
yeah,
of people. And he said that with what was he saying? Something about, oh gosh, and I can't remember what he said. I'm getting old, Artco, make it stop.
yeah,
He was talking about how people subscribe and how you have to diversify, but he also had a bunch of other stuff to say. I find the stuff that he does quite compelling,
right.
but you have to be, he curses a lot. So you just
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And he's like one
get
of the big shots on YouTube as well. I want to give a plug to a couple other channels.
yeah,
Will Dosovich, go check him out. He's a young man. He's half Filipino, half American. He now lives in the Philippines. Uh, Great content. Go watch his stuff. Watch his sister channel. His sister, not his sister. Anyway, Haley Dosovich, really good content. Uh, both of them they have drone shots in their videos quite a
nice.
bit. And so I'm trying to get them on the show now. Will, he's at I think 1.5 million subs right now, and
Wow.
Haley is getting close to 400,000. Uh, Another one is Daniel Marsh. He's part of his gang. He's more a cinematographer, but he does a lot of drone footage. I think he's up like a quarter of a million subs. Really good. So diversify your viewing. Another guy, I had this guy on a few weeks ago, James Tanner. He's an American married to a Filipina, and he's retired. So they bought a lot in the Philippines, and his channel was about building a home in the Philippines. And I started watching, and I just couldn't stop. I said, I had, as soon as I got home, was James having a new video up today? And sure enough, I'd watched that. And he just has a really good persona. And you'll get to learn about how they build homes in the Philippines, uh, the pitfalls, and what to watch out for. He tells you about, uh, how how to budget yourself while in the Philippines, how much it costs for this, and this, for food and insurance and all that, and how to get set up with a retiree's visa, which is really good because then you don't have to stay and then leave every 30 days and then come back in the Philippines. That's how it works right now. And then later on down the road, if you stay long enough, you can get your Philippine citizenship. So you can have a dual citizenship.
So I remember there was a time when women could have dual, but men couldn't. Can men have dual citizenships?
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that. I
Yeah.
really didn't.
Mhm.
Wow.
Hey, Art,
Yeah.
you appreciate entertaining drone videos, I would imagine.
Right.
What is your personal opinion about Philly Drone Life and his videos and his character he brings to his videos?
Well, I haven't watched him a whole lot. I need to start watching his channel because the only reason I know of him is uh, the streaming shows like Val's and Canadian Drone Hub, and so you know, eventually I'll probably have him on my show, but I'm going to start watching some of his stuff. I know that he's part of that Sunset Drones. They get their drones out at sunset and, you know, going west. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So now I'll have to start watching some of
Yeah,
these
I,
other
I would
channels.
highly recommend you do, because
Okay.
Michael is I would say one of the rising stars that is under 1,000 subscribers right now, but heading up that way.
Right.
Very entertaining and excellent videos, I would say, don't you, Val? As far as his video quality and his flights, they're just perfect of Philadelphia. So
Right.
I think, you know, sometimes you can get the personality and the cinematography all together, and that's a fantastic channel. The problem is being able to continually walk up to the mark and do it again.
Right.
And again. And that's what I think can get daunting for people. How many people have we seen, Paul, that have gotten close to 10,000 or 5,000 and they're just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yep.
Right.
Like, send yourself to me because I will do this forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the thing of it is, Art, as you well know, Art, it's almost, you have to take and adapt a persona so that when you're entertaining, you're a different person and you can maintain that. And then when you have your own personal life, even though you're really the same person, you kind of have to tone it back down and be you, you know?
Right.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know how to do that on a regular. I just come here and here I am. And Paul, I think you do that too. And Art, who he is, aren't you, Art?
Yeah, I am who I am, but I'm not headed for stardom. Like Art was on the ladder going up to the big time, and I watch Philly, and he's got so much energy, and I'm just amazed at how his energy level, and he maintains it and keeps it going. But for every super energy period, there's got to be an equal down period where you just kind of like gotta breathe, you gotta just take it in,
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Getting used to that cycle, right, Art?
Yeah. I'm sort of that newbie that's up and coming. I'm just learning the ropes. I'm learning about algorithms, and I you know, with my degree in marketing, I know about branding and stuff like that. You know, you gotta have a hook that'll pull people in, and you got to maintain that interest.
See, I equate Michael. It's just my opinion. I used to love Jerry Lewis, you know, because he was spontaneous and just up and going crazy. And Michael has a lot of those traits. He's able to just right on the spot, just blow up himself and be larger than life and entertaining, and people watch his videos. Not only they're spectacular videos, but he also does it live, Art, so you hear him commentating what he's doing, and so it's just unbelievable. And I just hope he can maintain it, and like you say, doesn't at some point burn out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, and I don't want to be a naysayer, because I truly believe what you want bad enough, you'll find a way to get, or you will crash and burn in a spectacular way. Either way, it will be spectacular, right?
Yeah.
Either way. And so I think people got to remember that if you put everything to it, you know, just keep going no matter what they say, like we all have to do now. Whether we're
periodically,
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I'm sorry, Art.
Okay.
Gary Vandertuck was talking about TV, and he said someone came in and asked one of these cooking shows if they would go on the Food Network, and they were going to give them up their own show. And he said the funny thing is, that kind of stuff is going out, and the YouTube version of reality is coming in.
Yeah.
So people would be more wise to stay where they're at and build their
Right.
brand, and they're going to get more out of it than if they go on a cooking show or go
Try to go commercial.
which is starting to end. You
Yeah.
shouldn't give up your YouTube status to do something that is
Right.
maybe, and I think is probably right, a dying art.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, in television production, as you know, Art, and you could probably expound upon it, you're almost giving yourself up to the production team, to the directors, to the producers. They own you. You don't own you anymore.
Right.
On YouTube, you are you.
Yeah, that's right. You get to control your content, the direction of your channel, and what you want to do. Which is the great thing about YouTube is you get to do what you want to do, what makes you feel good, and some people will hit that spot where all of a sudden they're way up there. They've got 100,000. Then next thing you know, they're 200,000. Then they're at 500,000. Then they're at a million. And you know, it's a challenge, and you got a good product, sell it. People will come in. Another example: if you like fishing, check out this guy. His name is Leo Singh. He's an Asian, and he's out of Philadelphia. His channel is called Extreme Philly Fishing, and he's got a real likable persona. His opening is, what he'll do is he'll come up to the camera and say, "What's up, YouTube?" And he'll say, host of Extreme Philly Fishing, and it's that hook, and that's why I do. Welcome to Artco Drone Solutions.
Yep, there you go.
So, Art, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and thank you
for having me. I had
over 2 hours. I appreciate it.
If I lost some subscribers, I could blame you.
Yes.
Art, I bow down to you, Art, because you've survived an interview with Val. There's a few of us that have, and there's others that have been just tread marks on the ground. But you have done well, my friend.
Thank you, Paul.
So I think he's working on, again, for me going in and silencing him, but it's okay because I can do it. Yeah, I always, anytime I go live, I lose subscribers, right? I lost 5 tonight, 6 tonight, and I always do, and then I get them back within a day or so. So, I mean, it's just how that works, and it's okay.
Very nice having you, Artco. I gotta go and let the dog out. So in case you're gone, when I get back.
Let the dogs out. Woo! Woo! Woo!
So, guys, I so appreciate everyone being here, and I love you all. You know it. On Tuesday, we're going to have Ari, remote drone pilot's going to be on. I'm going to be talking to him about his life, and I think it's going to be really great. So I can't wait. I was going to put her on timeout. What curse word did I say? I didn't.
I said.
Uh-oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Art, and thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Bet.
We're heading out.
All right. Bye-bye. See you next time.